Good morning, gang. Happy Memorial Day Monday morning. So here we go again. All right. Yep, the text of this debt ceiling bill came out last night about 6:30. All 99 pages of it. I read as much of it as I possibly could. I kind of scanned over it and read the important parts. If you want to go look at it, I'll put the link below. Good luck. Remember the days when conservatives, I can't even call Republicans conservatives anymore, would say they are for smaller government? I want you to watch this real quick.
This is really a step in the right direction. It puts us a trajectory that's different. We put a statutory cap on only spending 1% for the next 6 years. So we let government grow, but at a slower rate.
That is straight out of Kevin McCarthy's mouth. We let government grow, but at a slower rate. That's not smaller government, dumbass, okay? That's kowtowing to the liberal, government needs to control everything. This is what we get for electing a Speaker of the House from California. Yeah, I'm sorry. California, no offense to those of you who live there, have liberals and liberal light, okay, in politics at least. McCarthy is a rhino. We've all known McCarthy is a rhino, and it's no big surprise, okay. You hear all the media rattling on about this. Notice something. The leftist liberal media, CNN, MSNBC, NPR, any of the major networks or whatever, none of them are screaming bloody murder. They would be screaming like crazy if the Republicans won something, if the Republicans got anything. You know, Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader in the House, we didn't get anything. PSYOPs, okay? They got everything. Think of this, all right, about this debt deal. McCarthy went in with a bill that had passed, okay? I want you to remember this, that they had passed the bill in the House to raise the debt ceiling. It had to go to the Senate. It had to go to Biden's desk. But the House had already passed the bill saying that we would raise the debt ceiling $1.5 trillion. Pay all the bills, do everything we need, right? McCarthy comes out with a deal that raises the debt ceiling $4 trillion and calls it a win. How in the hell is it a win, taking us another further 12% in debt from where we are now? Okay? They say, oh, but it's spending and everything like this and yada, yada, yada. This is our just paying for the stuff that we've already approved. Well, then unapprove it, okay? Stop with the bridges to nowhere and the underwater basket weaving homosexual crickets in Indonesia crap, okay? Stop spending the money. We have the revenue to pay the necessities of the government, okay? To pay the military, to pay Social Security, to pay the interest on the debt. We just have to take back the stupid crap that we don't need to pay for, the the discretionary stuff, okay? The stuff that, well, we could not. Stop paying for that bullshit, and we're good. You go into further. The other big thing that the Republicans had in the past bill, okay, was defunding this $80 billion for the IRS to hire 87,000 new agents, okay? And they took out something like 1.8 or $1.9 billion of that. Whoop-de-effing do, okay? That, oh, but over 10 years, right, okay? I'll believe that when I see it, because you know damn well the next bill will say that the next budget, we're putting this back in. Well, this bill supersedes that bill, so therefore none of this matters. McCarthy got completely bent over and groomed. How about that? The next step in this, in my opinion, as soon as this bill passes, because you know it's going to, there are 34 GOP congressmen that have already come out and said that they're not going to vote yes on that. You probably have the progressive wing of the left, like I said yesterday. I can't believe that we're going to align ourselves with them, but yes, are going to say they're not going to pass it. But all those in the middle, the moderate Democrats and the rhinos, okay, will all push this through and pass it. Schumer and Turtle have said that they'll probably be able to get 60 votes in the Senate. Yeah, 60. Woohoo. Okay. Such a great deal for the American public that you can't even get 2/3 of the Senate to agree on this. So the election season, in my opinion, has started today. Okay. Or started last night. And the following people, I will read this and hopefully you know who your representative is. The following people have said they are going to vote no on this that I can find. All right. I'm just going to read them to you real quick. Andy Biggs, Dan Bishop, Lauren Boebert, Ken Buck, Tim Burchett, my guy, okay. Eric Burleson, Ben Klein, Michael Cloud, Andrew Clyde, Ellie Crane, Warren Davidson, Scott Desjardins, Byron Donalds, Jeff Duncan, Matt Gaetz, Bob Good, Paul Gosar, Andy Harris, Diana Harshbarger, Clay Higgins, Anna Paulina Luna, Mary Miller, Barry Moore, Troy Nails, Ralph Norman, Andy Ogles, Scott Perry, Bill Posey, Matt Rosendale, Chip Roy, Keith Self, Victoria Sparts, Tom Tiffany, Randy Weber. You've also got leanings, and I'm assuming they'll vote against, from Rand Paul and Thomas Massey as well. Okay, but even if those two add, that's only 36. That's not a whole lot. I'm hoping you get a whole bunch of others. I'm not optimistic. So what this means is we have larger government, an unlimited cap on borrowing money for the next 2 years or year and a half, which they expect to be $4 trillion. This is it, but it's not said $4 trillion. We didn't raise it to 36 trillion. We raised it unlimited for the next year and a half, which means for the rest of the Biden presidency, they have a blank check. They have an American Express card with no limit on it and no intention of paying the bill. Imagine doing that in your household. How long do you own your house, your car, your anything? This is what we got out of this. The IRS is still going to go after the middle class. I mean, please. We need 87,000 IRS agents. There's only something like 600 billionaires in the United States. How many IRS agents do you need to go after 600 billionaires? Do not tell me that they are there to go after the billionaire class. They're not. You don't need, however many, do the math on that one, 100 IRS or 150 IRS agents to go after each billionaire. Sorry, especially when you're arm them, okay? A guy pushing a pencil doesn't need to carry a gun. This is what you've got going on here. McCarthy sold the farm. Biden has got to be going, I beat him in the ass, because there's nothing the Republicans, nothing the people of the country got out of this deal. Oh, well, we raised the age that people have to look for work from 49 to 54 to get food stamps. BFD, okay? The stuff that's going to screw us, all of us, getting us more in debt that we can't pay, okay? Sicking the tax Gestapo on small business owners or whatever, oh, you know what? You can't claim that as a deduction for the gas that you use to do this or something. That's what they're going after. They're going after the little guys. Okay, they're not going after the billionaire class. They'll go after the billionaire class. But just like everything else, use this one as an example for the IRS. Y'all know what the alternative minimum tax is, right? The AMT. We hear about that they've got to put a fix in for the tax code every December, because back in the 70s, they put the AMT in there to make sure that billionaires paid taxes. It was millionaires at the time, okay, that they had paid taxes. Well, eventually, as inflation crept in, they never indexed that for inflation. So now you have more and more people. I mean, not that I'm a millionaire by any means, okay, but there's a lot more millionaires now than there were in the 70s. Okay, just you use this one. Look at any sort of sports person, football player, baseball player, look at their salaries. Back in the 70s, they were making 40, 50 grand a year. Now they're making 3 million or whatever the hell it was, doing the same job. So indexed for inflation. It's the same thing with this. We're going after billionaires today, but in a decade, it's going to be, well, you know what? We need to generate more revenue. We're going to go after ma and pa kettle. Okay. You know what? We're going to start doing this. We got screwed. The next thing that needs to happen as soon as this bill passes, and like I said, chances are it will. We all knew it would. Okay. There's too many cowards in Washington who refuse to do anything but kick the can down the road. McCarthy needs to go. I listed all the representatives there that have said they're going to vote no. If your congressman wasn't on that list, you need to tell them to get on that list, okay? And tell them exactly like this. Either you vote no on this, or I vote for somebody else in 2024. You do that with your congressman. You do that with your senator. Who gives a flip about Biden? Nobody's voting for Biden anyway. But if my congressman was not on there, he would. And I told him specifically, you will not get my vote if you vote yes on this. I said the same thing to Marsha Blackburn. I said the same thing to Bill Hagerty, who are my two senators. They vote yes on this, I will vote for somebody else. It won't be the Democrat. I'll write Mickey Mouse in. Well, no, I won't write Mickey Mouse because that's Disney. I'll put anybody in. I'll write my own damn name in, okay? They won't get my vote because this is it, guys. And for all those people who go, voting means nothing, okay, give me an alternative idea. If your idea is to pitchforks and torches and storm Washington, lead the crowd, okay? If you don't believe voting means anything, get off your couch, go decide you're going to do whatever you want to do, and you show us how effective you are. But please, when you're sitting in a jail cell for murder or for insurrection or whatever, please don't call me for bail money. I told you how this is going to work. This is the only way it's going to work until you have a majority of the country, not 51%, 90 some odd percent of the country going, we're not going to take it. Because until you have the cops on our side going, we ain't arresting this guy, all you're talking to is committing criminal acts, and I'm not going to tell anybody that's a good idea. We got to put a stop to this. We just got screwed big time. The text is out. I'll link it below. But this ain't a good thing, guys. This is getting the snowball rolling downhill even faster here to financial and economic Armageddon for the United States. Bitcoin has already been, the whole crypto market has already been exploding off of this because they already see this is going to kill the world economy. The markets are closed today, so you won't see anything in regards to the Dow Jones or the NASDAQ or gold and silver or anything like that having any sort of activity today, so there's no moves. You'll probably see a lot of volatility in everything tomorrow. The vote is scheduled for Wednesday night at 6:30 in the House, which means Thursday morning probably in the Senate. Thursday morning is, of course, the 1st of June. So we'll see. Maybe it gets to Biden's desk on Friday, and oh, Janet Yellen's June 5th date is fine. But this is the disaster it is, guys. We got screwed. The politicians get richer. They passed the buck on this to past November 2024. Why? Because they don't want this to be part of the election. Oh, the McCarthy and all his donors are worried about the Democrats talking about taxes in the election. So he just gave Biden, what, 2.5 times how much money he wanted. Biden's going, crap, all they're going to give me is $1.5 trillion to spend? Cool. I negotiated it and I got $4 trillion. McCarthy, you got your ass handed to you. And in turn, you got our ass handed to us. You just gave Biden a victory. You snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. You do not deserve that gavel. You do not deserve to be in Congress. And I'm hoping to God that everybody in your district in California votes your ass out next year because you don't deserve it. And I'm hoping to God that come next week, that's all it takes, one congressperson puts up your name saying, no confidence vote, we want you removed. And that'll be that. Pinball.